Welcome back, gamers, and we're back with I think it's going to be the final episode in this series for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. We're going to pick up right where we left off at Hebra Tower. We have finally reached our destination. Okay. Alright, where we left off, we pretty much all we did was climb the tower. You need to zoom in on your map to the tower where we're at, and over here to the top right of the tower, you're gonna see a little hut. Well, you might as well put your stamp right there at that hut, right in front of it, because you're gonna be coming here all the time. Okay, now that we have a stamp, we can see it on the mini map easily, and we're just gonna jump off. And we have arrived at Pondo's Lodge. This is a mini game. It's a bowling mini game. It costs 20 rupees to do, but once when you get the hang of it, you can consistently get strikes, and when you do that, you get 300 rupees each time. And like I said, once you get the hang of it, you can consistently get the strikes. Let's see, I don't even have 20 rupees. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, I'm gonna go get some rupees and I'm gonna come right back. I'm actually going to need at least 40 rupees, because the first time you win the game with the strike, you actually don't get 300 rupees, you get a prize. It's a weapon. So we're actually going to need enough to at least play the game twice. I would recommend having at least 100 rupees just in case you fail an attempt or so.
Hey!
Okay, now we can actually play the game because we have some rupees. And maybe y'all can get the gist of it from watching me, but honestly, the best way to get the hang of it is just to do it yourself. Just make sure you got a few rupees to spare.
Oh. Eh. Oh. Ah.
Steer right.
Ah.
That's how you do it. First attempt, folks.
Oh.
Huh, that's weird.
Uh-huh.
Last time I did this, I remember him giving you a weapon instead of the rupees the first time.
Oh.
Oh, we missed it by a little bit on that one.
Ah. Oh.
Another way you can do this is I've seen a lot of people say, you know, lock onto Rondo. That way you can kind of like stand behind him and throw the snowball over his head. And by locking on to Rondo, you can be more consistent with your throws. But I don't like doing that because sometimes it'll hit the top of Rondo's head and it can throw off your throw altogether. So I just like to kind of stand to the right of him, kind of look down the lane where I would want the ball, well, the snowball to go, and then I walk forward and toss it. Sometimes it works, sometimes I get a strike, sometimes I don't, but try to pick up a spare when I can. That's pretty much all you do is you just go for a strike first time. And every time you get a strike, 300 rupees. I'm gonna sit here, do it a couple times. We'll see how many. I'm a little rusty. I haven't done it in a while, but we'll see how much I can get racked up here in maybe 5-10 minutes.
Ah. Ah. Oh. Uh-huh.
I just noticed he's not offering me the weapon
Oh.
because I have a full inventory. So Also, if you don't have a full inventory the first time you get a strike, he's gonna give you I think it's a blizzard rod the first time you get a strike, and then after that you'll get the 300 rupees.
Ah. Oh. Hehe. Ah.
And as y'all notice, I'm throwing it kind of down on the right side of the path every time. It's because the way those hills are and the pathway, how you throw it and where it lands when it hits the path, and it all matters because those hills are going to make that snowball go all kinds of ways. So it's very tricky, but it can be done consistently. Well, that wasn't a strike that time. Hopefully we can pick up a spare on this one.
Oh.
Remember, if you don't get a strike on your first throw, you can always go for the spare, which will give you 100 rupees still. So you're still making profit off the 20 rupees that you wagered.
Oh. Ah. 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 Oh. Oh. Ah. Hehe. Ah. Ah. Oh. Oh. 아. 아하. 아. 아.
Oh, they're really messing with me here. It's doing everything but giving me strikes. Normally I can get back-to-back strikes. Like I said, I'm a little rusty. I haven't done this in a while.
어. 오. 아. 아하. 아.
About time, right?
오. 아. 에헤. 어.
Huh. I'm having some bad luck here. Seems like I'm getting worse.
아. 오. 아. 에헤. 어. 아. 어. 오. 아. 아하. 아. Ah. Eh. Ah. Oh. Ah. Aha. Oh. Oh. Ah. Oh. 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 Ah.
Alright,
Oh.
folks, I think I'm gonna end it there. As you can see, I mean, I started with 100 rupees, but I really didn't need but 20 because I got a strike on my first go around. But that's not gonna happen all the time. Like I said, make sure you take about 100 rupees with you. And look at me now, almost 2,500 rupees. Fairly simple, I would say. But that's gonna wrap up this Legend of Zelda series. Comment down below what video games you'd like to see me play. I am planning on doing South Park: The Fractured But Whole as soon as it comes out. So be sure you check in for that, and I'll see you later.